What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another movie review. Just pumping out this review before I hop on the train. I'm actually still in New York City, thus the backdrop over here being from the hotel room. So, jumping on the train in an hour, I'll be back home soon. I figured, hey, why not throw out a movie review? Because I've been thinking about the Black Panther movie since I watched it before I left to come here to New York Toy Fair. So, lovely Charlene Warren and I saw it in 3D. At the Tanfran Theater, yeah, the Tanfran Theater. I think we saw the 8:20 showing, and we both loved it. I'm going to talk non-spoilers first, and then I'm going to get into spoilers. So, non-spoilers. Very fun movie, and I thought it was a very good movie. They did a great job of building a world for you to really feel like you're a part of. I really got the feeling that Wakanda was a very real place. And not just the place, but the people of Wakanda. So, and the movie really gets into the politics of their country. And I guess that's one thing, and the fact that they get into the details of it all really helps paint the picture. So you really feel like you're there at this real place. I thought the pacing was really good. I loved the visual effects. I loved the acting. I do have minor gripes with the movie, but they are very minor gripes, and I really liked it a lot. I don't know where, I would say I would put it somewhere around the level as, like, I want to compare it to another Marvel movie. I definitely liked it more than Doctor Strange, and I did like Doctor Strange. It's around Ant-Man for me, like somewhere between Ant-Man and Guardians, kind of like around that level of enjoyment. I really liked Guardians a lot. And Guardians did a really good job of world building too, and I feel like they did that like just as well in Black Panther. So it's like more than Ant-Man, but maybe not as much as Guardians of the Galaxy. So somewhere like right in between there, I think, is where that movie, or this Black Panther movie, landed for me. Okay, on to the spoilers. Alright, you've been warned. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so I'm just going to talk about the things I liked about the movie. Just 5 or 6 things, and then I'm going to talk about the things that I disliked. I'm not going to discuss everything because there is always a lot to talk about with these. The visuals, again, the thing that I loved about the visuals is just that it really made it look very realistic, combining a lot of real natural elements with the sci-fi, and seeing those two combined just felt so real. It just, I don't know what else to say, but it feeling real. So I thought that was just really well done, and the construction and the architecture of these buildings in Wakanda, they're very unique. You know, nothing like I'd ever seen. So I thought that was great. I really liked that a lot. I also liked the characters, Okoye, Nakia, and Shuri. I mean, those characters I really feel were mandatory for this to be a good movie. I really think if we didn't have those 3 characters in this movie, like I don't think I would have liked the movie nearly as much. Right? That Nakia is hella fun. Don't tell Shirley the one, but yeah, that Nakia, I like that Nakia. The Nakia, she's beautiful. But yeah, I really think all 3 of them were very essential. And I like how all 3 kind of had their strong characteristics of, like, you know, with Okoye being, you know, the general, and Nakia being, you know, more the diplomat and more the one that, you know, thinks about this issue of why don't we help other people. I mean, that's one of the first things that you think of, like, wow, this country has all these wonderful resources and they're not sharing with anybody else. And Nakia's like, yeah, we should be sharing. But that's like an underlying theme for the plot of the whole movie too, you know, with Killmonger and his motive and everything, which is awesome. It's such a blatant thing right in your face, like, how come this country isn't helping anybody else? And sure enough, they tackle that. And I thought that was smart, because it's such a glaring issue that it was worthy of being the main plot point of the movie. And then having Shuri as a technological genius, that's great too. So I love that. And then I want to say the humor worked perfectly in the movie. Like Shuri's character, like her being all smug during the rituals and everything, and her kind of just having that younger sister attitude, you know. And I don't know, I just really think that she was great supporting characters, and the humor was awesome. I always liked that. I was totally thrown off by that whole thing when Okoye tells, you know, T'Challa, like, and don't freeze. He's like, I don't freeze. or I never freeze. And then I didn't know that they were going to talk about him freezing as far as like choking up from seeing Nakia. You know what I mean? I thought she was talking about like don't freeze in battle, but it wasn't for battle. It was a beautiful babe, you know. And sure enough, he froze. So I thought that was great. I think my favorite funny part was with Manape, and he's like, "Are you done? Like really? Are you done? Like." Like he's just been sitting there like watching all this family business like happening right in front of him, like, yeah, like really, can I get back to my life now, please? Like, I thought that was awesome and very well timed too. And then I want to say the afterlife sequence and the way that stuff worked out, it kind of reminded me of Eastern religions and Dragon Ball Z. I may be way off over here, but it had that Dragon Ball Z kind of vibe with the interdimensional afterlife thing. I don't know, did anybody else get a DBZ vibe from that? I did. And I loved Killmonger. Probably, I mean, arguably one of the very best Marvel villains that we'd seen. And one thing I really didn't like about Killmonger before seeing the movie was I didn't like that he had the Black Panther outfit. And I wanted to see him more without it. And we did see him more without it. And he did kick T'Challa's ass without that. So that was awesome. I really liked that a lot. It's not like he needed that suit to kick his ass, you know what I mean? Like, I just thought that was great. So I ended up loving Killmonger. And I honestly feel that, like, the way his anger and frustration, I felt like, you know, I'm sure he represented a lot of other people by doing that. I'm sure he's not the only person out there. I'm sure there's people watching the movie that really sympathize with a lot of his ideas, you know? And even though that... And I mean, I don't know about his whole like world takeover side, but I'm sure like leveling the playing field is probably where most people are at, you know. But I thought they tackled it really well because they didn't go way too deep, and I think they did a great job of bringing, you know, issues to light that, you know, you look at the character and you're sympathetic for him, right? I was definitely. So sympathetic for the villain, but at the same time, it's like he was the villain of the movie. Now getting on to the things that I thought were the worst, and it really wasn't that much, okay, I really loved the movie. The rhinos at the end, like the CGI got kind of weird at the end of the movie. Like the rhinos got like little cartoony, a little bit weird, and then there's some scenes where it's like, where Killmonger and Black Panther are fighting each other. It looked like a video game, kind of, and I wish, you know, like Black Panther had fight scenes that weren't at nighttime. That would have been cool to see him in more daylight. That's one thing I really liked about Captain America Civil War, is you see a lot of action happen during the daytime with daylight. And I mean, there was that huge scene with the rhinos and all that stuff during the daylight too, so it's not like there were zero daylight scenes, just maybe, like I said, I'm nitpicking here. I love the movie, but I don't know, a little bit like more 50-50 daylight, nighttime fight scenes, that's all. While I was watching the movie, I thought I was going to be able to go take a leak because I had to go to the bathroom like halfway through. And I was like, okay, I'm going to see this movie again. I'm just going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to come back after this scene. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom after this scene. Okay, definitely going to go to the bathroom after this scene. Alright. Oh, the credits. Shh. So, yeah, my eyes were just glued to the movie. I couldn't step away. Another gripe I have of mine is that Claw dies in this movie, and I hope he's not actually dead. I was bummed out to see him die because I wanted to see him kind of get away. I wanted him to be like a long-term Black Panther villain, but we know that he does transform, from the comics anyway, he does transform into pure sound, a being of pure sound. So maybe in order for that to happen, he has to die, and maybe it happens from him, his corpse being in Wakanda. So maybe he's not fully dead yet. I don't know. He's probably very dead. His eyes are all open. He's dead. But maybe they revive him. Maybe they give him a flower potion thing or something that helps revive him. I don't know. I think there's possibilities for us to see the true manifestation of Claw. I'm hoping we do see that. So hopefully that happens. I don't know, but I want to know your guys' thoughts of the movie. Did you like this movie? How would you rate it compared to other Marvel movies? That's what I'm most curious about, is where you would see it land in the spectrum of Marvel films. Like me, I put it right under Guardians, above Ant-Man, and I love those two movies too, so I wouldn't be surprised if people liked this more than Guardians, you know what I mean? So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and expect to see more footage from New York Toy Fair coming at you, along with some reviews that I'll get to work on once I get home. Alright, wish me a safe trip, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!